Well, it's time to get started. Looks like low tide out there. Leaving Claerbout's Island. Had 2 nights camping here. Wonder if there's somebody coming the other direction. This is one lane here. I just put my lights on. Drive out to where the bears hang out. I think it's a little bit too early for the salmon season, so we're not expecting to see any.
Whiskey River, take my mind. Whiskey River, Whiskey River, take my mind. Whiskey River, draw dry. I got that care.
People here, the 4th of July coming up. Cafe. Well, maybe we'll have some eggs when we come back that way. There's the RV park that I did not stay at. So she had a nice spot for me in the trees. Well, it says the Fish Creek is 5 kilometers, and so this isn't maybe Fish Creek. Anyway, the bears are supposed to hang out somewhere here. Hey, what are you doing? Well, I'm a couple of weeks early. In a couple of weeks the salmon start coming up here, and this is a famous bear watching spot. It's a nice long boardwalk. thinking of spending the night here. It's too bad it's a bad time of day to photograph these glaciers. The sun's right in my face. I should have some good stills of that glacier flowing down there. And it runs up to there. You see that glacier going around the corner there? So here we are. Here's our place to spend the night. About every hour a car goes by. Wow, how's this for a record low tide? I heard they had 24 feet of tide here, that the pier comes all the way up those poles, sort of. Skagway, you can see, distributed along this valley right behind the airport. And you'll soon see their principal tourist occupation, which is right here. tell me what kind of a shop have you not seen? What you have not seen is a place to get anything to eat, except for this bar. Because all of these people eat on the ship. So you meet some pretty nice people at the campsites. The guy I was with last night was here with his two kids. His grandfather had been in the gold rush. This is where the gold Chilkoot Trail goes up 40 miles, and then once you get to that point you can start floating down the Yukon River, which I guess one man did otherwise. This guy was the best woodcutter I'd seen ever, probably. After he'd chop a log, he'd flip the axe up into the air and spin around a couple times, and it would land right and embed itself in a log. His kids weren't very good at making fires or anything, but he was a whiz. And he had one trick that he did. I want to describe that now while it's fresh in my mind. Maybe Andrew could use this. You know, every once in a while, when you're splitting wood, you got little logs that are about 2 feet long, and you sink the axe in them, and sometimes the axe just doesn't want to come out. It just sits in there. So what we usually do is you just pick it up, you know, the axe and the log both, and you just drop them real hard on kind of like an anvil log. Well, what this guy did, I don't know if he did it. Well, okay, so what he did is he'd pick it up and he'd turn it upside down. So then, I don't know if you got the picture, but the axe is pointing up and the log is on top of the axe. So then he swings it down and he hits the anvil log with the back of the axe. So you get it? So the weight of the log, of course, is much heavier than the weight of the axe. And so when that comes down when the axe comes down and stops on the anvil log, it splits the wood. It was pretty clever seeing him do that. He was a mining engineer, health and safety mining engineer. He said a lot of the lakes, and he'd spent 10 years in the Yukon, but now I live in Edmonton. He said a lot of the mines in Canada are actually underneath lakes. They got quite some engineering issues there. It's about 6 in the morning. Here's how these people live here. What do you think about this? I wish you were that guy up there in his little cabin. Pretty neat, huh? Get sick of your little cabin, what do? You go to a Chinese restaurant or any other shop. That's the shopping deck, I guess. That. So here they are waiting for the tourists to come off the boat. With an eagle and a bear. So these guys are coming off and we're gonna be going on. Is this what you're looking for? Alright.
Do you have your ID?
Yep, I do. Okie doke, thank you. Say goodbye to Skagway. You're going to say hello to Haynes. But that's where we're going, Haynes, over there. Somewhere over there is where we're going to end up.
Drive out and see how busy it is.
See the town from here where we're coming in. Because here's the ramp we're going to be driving on. Well, they'll never know it if I'm a minute late. See if they watch the ramp go down. Here we go. Back to the outside world. And we're going to go down this road. Going to walk down here, and maybe I'll walk fast. Going to the beaver's cabin. Going past a bunch of workshops and sheds, rental cabins to other people. Outhouse. Another little rental house over there somewhere. Luckily, there are almost no mosquitoes, which is rare. Sun's behind me. Sunset at 10:30 last night. That was south of here 2 hours. I think we're coming to their cabin. There we have it. The beaver cabin. Looks pretty good. I guess a mosquito just landed in my ear.
I don't know, we'd have to call them and let them know that we're trying to call them. Oh. And we had 380 upstream.
Set you up. It wants to be, Once the address is there, you go direct to the first,
Yeah.
you don't go through Apple.
There we go.
Hey, we can hear you.
Okay.
All right, it's working.
Hi.
That's cool.
Okay.
You show him your train, Cassian.
Hi.
See, there's.
Hey, Bennett, Papa and Nana. Hi, Augie.
Hi, Augie.
What you doing, buddy?
Hi, John.
Hi, Sue.
We see you now. Hi.
Hi. Hey, Cass. Hey, Cass.
Oh, there's Sarah in the background.
Papa sees you, Cass.
Hi.
Hi, Sue.
Papa sees Augie. Papa and Nana see Augie. Yeah, we see Augie putting out his hand. Cass, what did you have something in your hand, Cass? Hi, Marie. We see you sitting down at the ice. Oh, there he is. There he is. There's the big guy. Oh, his camera is sitting way
Oh, I
back
see. We
there.
can look at
Look here,
Hi,
Arnie.
Sue.
that. So you can barely see Cassiar because he's behind.
So you're working, Bill, huh? Look.
Hey, there he is. There's a big guy.
You can barely see his head. Can barely see Cassie's head.
There's
Oh,
Cassiar.
there's the big guy.
You're showing them your pencils.
Hey, pencils.
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 Hey. Hey, Cass. Pencil. Oh, pencil.
Yeah, chain. A chain too.
Oh, yeah.
On the road, and I had my camera, and I took pictures of about 20 people.
All right. Yeah, there were 20 already.
Yeah, but I missed the lead one, which was you. You're the first one in. And,
What's your name?
my name's John.
Hey, John.
You're Alejandro.
Yes,
Okay, I'm gonna. So I was coming along, and man, you guys go fast. I was slowing down for each one because I'd hold the button on this camera and take pictures. And I started slowing down for one of the guys, and I realized I wasn't going to catch up with him because it was going downhill. You guys really barrel along going down. Huh?
Yeah, going downhill is pretty moving.
How fast do you think you go downhill?
I just had to slow down because I was afraid.
Oh, okay, I can
be
believe.
careful.
I can believe that. Yeah.
But the 3840.
Yeah.
3840. Wow.
Well, it
Wow.
was 35 when I was.
Well, I'll have to take a picture of what the racing bikes look like when the second one comes in.
Hey, my bike's
they're
on the other
different
side.
ones.
Oh, is it?
You can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go over there. I'll take a picture of it. So, if anybody has a computer and they want my pictures, I got about, I don't know, maybe 100 pictures from the last 15.
I have a computer.
I just have to find somebody who got the computer and wants me to stick it in it.
Right here, they might have a computer.
If anybody wants these pictures, I mean, I can put them on a website a month from now, or I can give them to somebody right now.
I've got my computer, but
When I came in, I talked to him and I asked him how fast they go, and he said to me that they go like 38, 40. He said you get scared when you're going downhill.
When you're that close to the ground, it makes it even scarier, I think,
So you want to explain that about the pedals?
I don't know very much. I just know that he's the only one that has offset handlebars.
Because he's the only one that's... All right! I guess he's the only one that's smooth enough in the rotation, in the pedal rotation. Anyone else, most other people that try it, it's
together.
It throws their body to, yeah.
They go together.
Yeah.
it makes the front end shimmy too much because you're going back and forth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Back and forth so much, and he's got a perfect pedal stroke, which is cool.
So now you told me that this is just the first day, and they're going to go all the way from Fairbanks to Anchorage, huh?
Yeah, in
And
6 days.
In 6 days, and said they do 50 miles a day.
And they say it's the toughest day.
So he's got that all organized just for his body shape, huh?
Oh yeah, it's 100, totally custom made. Yeah, these look.
Rotation there. I mean,
Yeah.
you got
The length is, I'm sure, very, very uniquely done.
What I'm used to. Ooh, boy. Ooh, well,
He did that right here at the turn.
You had to lock it up, or
Yeah.
or do you
'Cause
turn?
didn't
You
know-
turn so hard.
No, he didn't know where to turn. He was asking, and they're like, there's like,
This is what he did there.
just locked it up and had to stop and turn
An
his
$80
bike.
tire.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that.
uniform show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they go together.
What kind of seat goes on here?
That is it. He sits in that bucket.
He's an amputee, so he puts his stubs
I see.
in there.
Shock absorbers, is that what they are?
I think they're just gas cylinders to balance it out. I don't know, because I think it's just for turning.
Does he actually do? So he turns by
leaning.
By leaning, okay. And they all do that. They all turn by leaning. Is that right?
No, this one's got a.
This one has
handlebar. He's got handlebars, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. And so. Oh, there goes another one.
20 are running. 5 are already in. Okay.
5 are in. The hand cyclist started first, and then the wheelchair came 2 minutes later.
Woo! Way to go!
It's going to be neck and neck for 6th and 7th. She would have been 6th, but her brake cable broke. And unfortunately, she's going to cross that finish line so fast we'll hardly see her.
Well, that's her cable broke.
How will they start tomorrow? They start with Pat, you send him out. Okay.
Hooray! May I film you? Oh, thank you. I was totally astonished finding you folks. And I was going up this long hill where a whole bunch were bundled up. And so I see one guy after the other. Finally, I get to the top of the hill. I see who's leading the pack. It was you.
Yeah. I think I'm better uphill.
Is there anything unique about your bike, or is it pretty much the same as other people's?
No, actually, they're all kind of different. They steer differently. I mean, some of us have the same bikes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
You want one to go right?
whatever. Yeah. Okay. Can you take your bike off to the side?
Trade it for one later.
Oh, thank
Right?
thank you. Do you want this anywhere in particular?
Yeah, I want you to fix it. My gearing broke, so I was a little perturbed.
So your gearing, rumors that I heard was that your brake cable broke.
Both of them. Well, I have 2 brakes.
Yeah, okay.
One brake broke, and then my the shifting broke.
Uh-huh.
And then when the cable breaks, I was just stuck in my granny gear.
Oh goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, well, you'll make it up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm dreading tomorrow. It'll be so windy.
Really?
I think we go to Healy.
Oh goodness!
So you were just like driving by?
I was just a random tourist, yeah, and I think I must have started just about beyond the beginning. So.
Oh gosh! So you followed all of us?
So at first I see this guy, I think, oh, this guy's heroic. He's taking off from Fairbanks. Where is he going? You know. So.
And then you.
Then I see another one. I say, wow, this guy's another one of these guys. So then I got this camera out and I set it on the dash. Then I see another one. So, you know, I take a picture of the next one.
Well, good.
And then I can see there's more, so I fiddle with the settings so that I can just hold the button down and take like 7 or 8 pictures of each picture. So by the time I got here, I realized I had 100 pictures, but I came in, I missed the lead person, Alejandro. And so then I found really somebody who, I said, you know, I'll give you all these 100 pictures I got if anybody wants them. So somebody stuck it in their computer, and I guess you'll be told where this stuff is.
Oh, they downloaded it already?
Yeah, yeah, they just took it right out of my camera. Well,
okay, isn't that just so fabulous that you can even do that?
Well,
I'm from Colorado.
Colorado.
But I lived in Santa Cruz for
oh, you did? Okay.
12 years.
I'm at Stanford.
Oh, it's a nice place.
Coming down the hill, you're going so fast, fast. It took me a really long time to pass. This must be coming downhill.
Yeah, he's really good.
Found her. I mean, she's in there.
Oh, okay.
It was funny because the true summit is the rounded one on the left.
I'll get back to it.
There's the bus.
Get out to Eielson, we'll be about 30 miles away. So we're going to work our way closer.
so.
You would?
Animals come around the willows.
Creep up the road a bit and we'll get a little closer.
Picture there with like light?
Yeah. So they're gonna go.
Oh, get a nice
You know what? We're gonna
horn.
go around the corner, and I think we'll see him from the.
Imagine sitting there and sitting with you.
If you can get where I am, you can hold it. This is amazing. Come on over here.
I'll hold it and let her look.
All right, we have this.
I've got it. I've got it. No.
Where's that pamphlet?
I don't know.
It's under your seat.
This way. There goes a baby running. Here, Stan.
Go ahead.
I just can't. The baby's running to mommy.
I'm not
All right.
Got it in?
We're gonna have to get moving along. I know we can sit here forever, but then we'd never get to aisles. And there could be more ahead. We just don't know.
Oh, look at him go.
Okay, game. Here we go. Okay, shall we? The mountain up to the left is another significant peak in the Alaska Range. They're all just really pretty mountains.
Oh my God, look at the curve.
And they're big ones. Big ones.
Yeah.
All right.
Last hotel I stayed at, I could see the boat.
Can I just see what they look like 2 years ago? You'll have to adjust it. Buoy markers and things. These are quite simple.
These horns on the top of the frame.
Oh, you can't get them?
When the mining was present, there was a giant glacier here that was so big they could not see the mountains. Now what you're seeing here is the residual of the glacier, and I'll try to zoom in. You can still see chunks of ice underneath all this gravel that's sitting on top of them. So all this hummocky stuff is not mine dumps, it's actually the glacier itself. It's under a pile of gravel.
Produce eggs later into the fall, into the early winter. They then send it on. There's actually 3 floors up there that have, I call them the kind of the sieves, the shaking process. I know they got technical terms for that, but I haven't learned them. But there were tables that would vibrate, and once they were finished with that in this building, then they started then this side with the shaking and the rock crushing. This chemical process where they're able to extract even more ore.
The power plant.
And the 4 steam engines are actually still inside.
When Yost was here giving these tours that I'm now giving, this building had not yet been purchased by the Park Service. And what that means is the nice new roof here, nice new paint on the side of it, would have not been there. I just got off a backpacking trip, so I've been out of town for a little bit.
The original town was really a trestle, like a railroad trestle, and then they just dumped mine tailings around it, and finally it ended up being a big flat area here. The railroad car, when it comes up here, is going to go right into that slot there, which is the bottom of the mill. And oddly enough, the ore was so high in grade that they put it in burlap bags, and they bagged it and put the bags on the railroad car right there. My understanding, if you said bunkhouse, it's my understanding that Yost actually lived in that bunkhouse.
No.
Is that the right bunkhouse now or not?
I don't know which one he was.
There was a bunkhouse where a lot of guides and people lived in the first year. I don't know if it was this bunkhouse. Maybe it wasn't.
I wonder.
Boy, some nice gears and such.
Yeah, big coil springs and gears for adjusting the tension between two wheels right here. And these two wheels counter-rotate at different times.
And people, able-bodied, very much
Yeah.
And then you have
People, I don't know about all winter, but people certainly did.
Yeah, you could just come up here, hey,
Yeah.
bring in some peanut butter and some crackers and...
Yeah, people definitely did. The Miller kids used to come in this building to play all the time.
Oh, yeah? Oh, my God. I mean, the potential for disaster is just...
Well, they say that in 1920 we wouldn't be able to see the mountain at all. And that's because the Kennecott Glacier was about 500 vertical feet higher than it is today. And that would have cut off our view.
So this town had a hillside by my back and a glacier by your back. So
yeah. There's a picture down in the museum in McCarthy. And it's a picture of this building, but the angle is taken down, looking down at the building. And the assumption is that it was taken from a plane or something. But actually it's just taken from someone who spent the time to hike up to the center of the glacier.
Wow.
It's a floating separation machine. So the ore comes into it, or sink I should say, at a different speed. And it's
I need to keep people here than in Utah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this.
I like to relax.
Yost took a picture of that chute.
Yeah.
So we're going to walk up in that direction. That's 2 miles away. There's the powerhouse down there. Burn diesel. So Yost took a picture of this staircase. To enable you to service this sluice chute, which is right alongside the staircase. Super high grade materials. Took a shortcut through this mill and went down that chute. From the town of Kennecott, moving towards the other end of the mill. The mines, by the way, are way up the mountain. The ore came down in gondolas. Oh, we must be getting rid of the gondolas here.
Survive.
Okay.
But you see the cables going up into the trees there.
Yes.
And then there are more cables coming down at the center with some big chains. There's a plateau. And on the plateau, on the left-hand side, there's a little structure.
Pixel zoom and everything. So that's 3,000 feet?
That's about 3,000 vertical feet above us.
Okay, so that's
3,000 vertical feet, and wow.
That's the mine's not even actually right there. It's even a little higher up around the corner. We can't.
So is there a bunch of pylons in between here and there to hold the cable up?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was another mine in the other direction?
Well, there are actually 7 mines altogether. 5 principal mines.
So the length of the cable that went down to those mines was like, what, 5 miles or?
The length of the cable itself, I think it was about 3 miles.
3 miles.
Yeah.
And then underneath the ground was how much tunneling?
But then they had about 75 miles of tunneling through these mountains.
75 miles of tunneling.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
and those workers that were up there, they lived in the mines, huh?
They had bunkhouses just outside the entrances to the mines,
okay.
And they would live in those bunkhouses for about 3 weeks before they got a break to come down to town.
Okay. But when it got real cold in winter, they probably moved into the mine itself.
You know, I haven't heard about that.
Oh, maybe they didn't then, huh?
I think they stayed in those bunkhouses and had wood-fired stoves.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the mountain out there in the distance, the summit of which is still in the clouds, is Mount Blackburn, and that sort of crowns the head of our valley. And that stands at 16,390 feet, which makes it the 5th largest mountain in the United States and the 7th largest mountain in North America.
Wow, thank you.
All the tram cable used to go all the way through inside the building there, wrap around and come out again.
Ah, okay.
And it was like a detachable ski lift.
Yeah, it was an exhaust muffler. So they wouldn't have to hear this power plant from too great a distance.
Air compressor. Compress a little bit of air.
Yeah.
Probably should have done a little video down where the fishermen running their water wheels. It's more fun going the other way because you couldn't see what was beyond. I think I'll turn around and go back just for the fun of it. Well, we have to face up to the issue of whether we're going to walk over there in the rain. I'm in sandals and a t-shirt, and I'm going to regret beginning this trail. Say this was your idea of glacier walk?
A sensible glacier.
A sensible glacier walk. How do you like this glacier?
It's pretty impressive, and I like to walk down to it.
You like to walk down to it. Here's somebody's brought a little kitty along. And they're probably heading over to that area there, where there's more people admiring the glacier.
Yes, well, John's totally Californian. I'm wearing a parka, and everyone else is wearing rain gear.
Because it's not raining very hard.
Well, it's cold.
Be surprised to hear that it's raining. We didn't take these boats out from Stan Stevens. We thought about taking them out, and the weather turned kind of bad. Stan Stevens has boats similar to this one here. They've gone out. I'm going to tell you the background on that. His daughter taught Japanese. We're in Valdez here. She taught Japanese up in Anchorage in 1991. And Yos took her Japanese class, and that was his introduction to Alaska. So after the Japanese class, she took Yos down here, and she took him out for some kind of a cruise with that family cruise operation. And right here I'm pointing at the dumpster. Our camper was parked next to that dumpster last night, and we just slept right there. And there's some kind of mountains in the background. Darn it, they've just gone under the clouds again. Anyway, way up in that white stuff in the sky is mountains which are very, very close. If I continue this pan, lots of people sea kayaking from here. The mountains are the clouds are hanging in low over the mountains. We had breakfast across the street there. And what are we going to see? Well, over here you can see sort of can see the mountains. What is it? It's just a bunch of trees up there, huh? And behind we come back again, in decent weather, we'll go out and Stan Stevens. A lady in here, a beautiful lady in this camper, and she got to choose between 9 RV parks here.
Anything quite like this, have you?
No, I haven't.
Look at that one. I mean, look what they're doing.
Originally hatched in this hatchery, and then they're trying to return to it. So there's a pipeline, and here's us, and over here's Diane talking to these tourists. And down here's the fish. Why are they pulling them in here? Apparently this place is stocked. This is the open ocean, so apparently they stock the fry. And then come back to this place when they're nice and big.
Go back, go back, go back. Got it. One dead.
They're beautiful fish they're catching.
Come on, don't watch me. Sure, that's yeah, I bet you guys can sell some damn leaders brought to the store. No, you just
Well, these people seem to be dip net fishing here. We're at the mouth of the Kenai River. There was a whole lot of cheering a minute ago. It's the end of the day, people are coming in. Is that this is a tow going on here. You might be able to see the tow rope. Somebody's motor conked out on him. He's getting towed in. Yeah. I thought they were going to go on through, but I guess they're all going to wait till they get together. Yeah. And you know how many there are?
3.
So that's the last one.